loved your monster and all about the whole purpose of finding our own inner monster. But the inspiration, I mean, that was you, Caroline, and I mean, inspired by a true story, heartbreak worse than a Post-it breakup.
Oh yeah. Way worse than a post-it breakup. I was diagnosed with cancer and broken up with. Um, so that it was a tough moment in my life. But it led me here, so I'm very grateful for that period. Um, but a lot of women have gone through similar breakups. It's been very, very interesting to tour this movie around because always, afterwards when I'm talking to people in the audience, I like speak to a handful of women who are like, I was sick and I was broken up with, and it happens more than you think, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And Kayla, you're part of this film also as a producer.
Yes, I am. It was such an honor to get to produce this movie with Caroline. I adore her, but also to get revenge against men who do stuff like that. I loved getting to produce this movie for that reason.
Tell me about bringing this film into like a regular film, but that theater feel. For me, that was one of the highlights.
I grew up in New York City and I grew up going to musicals, watching musicals. It was a very big part of my childhood and my upbringing. So I've always been a big musical theater nerd and fan. And so there was that. But then also, because this is a story about a woman finding her voice, I felt like there was no better um, setting for this character than in a musical theater world where she's finding her voice and her anger on stage. She's unapologetic. She is loud and proud and getting applauded for it, and that to me was exciting and felt right. And Kayla and I always talk about Kayla grew up in the musical theater world too. And we always talk about, some of our heroes are the women we've seen on stage who are, like Bernadette Peters and Patti LuPone and Bette Midler, who are uh, completely are just unafraid and powerful when they get on stage and are willing to show the worst sides of themselves and the best sides of themselves. And I think that was something that really inspired me for the character for Laura, for her character arc.
Kayla, you said to take revenge on men that hurt women, but what's the message you hope a lot of these women and including men take away? Because it has a lot of interesting things that it covers, even the behind the scenes in the industry that feel they're powerful.
Yeah, I think that something that really matters to us is a story of what women are capable of. Seeing a girl like Laura and the way Melissa beautifully portrays her in the beginning of the movie, that there's she can be appearing as this girl who's crying and kind of quiet, but there's something inside of her that can come out if you don't treat her right. So it's kind of a warning to people to be aware of any person who might have rage inside of them.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much both for your time and congratulations and pushing us to find our inner monster.
Thank
So
you.
Thank
I
you. Bye bye.